What's going on, everybody? Doc Average Gamer guys back yet again, or Escape from Tarkov action, bringing a new series to the channel. I'm going to put this into the challenge bucket, but I think this actually will be a series that hopefully will help some players think about their loadout, think about their kit, and maybe find opportunities to do some budget runs, hopefully with some success. So let me jump in and let's chat about what we're doing here on this video and what the name of the game is. So I thought about this, and I've been doing some of the challenge series recording today, and I thought it would be really interesting to try a very much kind of like the roulette. If you're not familiar, there's an app and there's a couple of things where you can basically roulette some gear. Streamers do it. They can have their chat do it, bring them like, you know, chat kits and stuff to run raids. An interesting spin on that, I thought, would be to do basically a low budget, limited amount of money gear up from the traders, and then go run a raid. So I'm going to slowly step this up as we go and basically see what we can buy as we get to different levels. This is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with 50,000 rubles, and I'm going to start with $50 USD. The goal here is, with that money and that amount of money only, basically to build out a kit and to jump into a raid. And obviously what we're looking to do is make more money than that kit, that amount of money from that kit, and see if we can have a successful run from that kind of this budget run. I don't know at this point what I'm going to call it, but I think I'm probably going to call the series budget run, and we'll just slowly step it up. So 50k and 50,000 million rubles. That's the same thing twice. It's been a long day. 50,000 rubles, $50. That's what we're going to be running here. And like I said, I think this will be interesting. If you are struggling with, you know, finding a way to build kits, or struggling maybe a little bit newer to the series or to EFT, and struggling to find a way to like load this out and find a budget run that's successful for you, hopefully we'll give you some ideas as we jump into this. Now, the plan is I'll do multiple iterations of this. I'm going to do one build and then one raid. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. And then each subsequent episode, we'll step this up a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Either 25,000 rubles and some more USD, or 50,000 rubles. We'll try to put it in sections where we can show how you can really kind of step your gear up as you go and as you start to make more money throughout the course of your playtime in EFT. So with that being said, I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to go and build out a kit. I'll probably be going to customs for this raid. Just that's where I feel pretty comfortable, and we'll see what we can get into. So 50,000 rubles and 50 USD. Let's see what we can make. All right, so as we go to jump back in, or get ready to jump into the raid, here is how I geared up for this run. Everyone in the comments is going to laugh. If you know me at all, you know I have to buy ears. So that was the big consideration here. But what I ended up doing is I went to Jaeger. I bought a 153 shotgun. I do have AP-20s unlocked, which are pretty cheap comparatively for a lot of ammo. I thought about, you could do a very similar thing and run a Mosin instead if you feel a little bit more confident with that. But here's how we ended up doing it. The 50 USD was really not beneficial for us, but Peacekeeper does have cat tourniquets that you can buy for about $20 each. So we bought 2 of those just to have some really the emergency heals. We could look to maybe swap this up, maybe sell one of these to go get a bandage. That might not be a bad idea. Let's actually look to see if I can do that. I want to stick within the parameters of the money, but obviously 50 USD isn't a ton. Are we going to be able to buy a bandage if we sell that? Basically, no, we cannot. I think it would be fair to say in this instance, I'm going to sell this. We'll have 1450. I think the 10 USD should convert. So I am going to buy 1 bandage. I think that's fair. And we'll call the money spent there at that point. I think that's fair. So we're going to bring this. This is a decent little loadout. We have some options. We have some ears. And the 153 shotgun with AP-20s is going to be pretty devastating. So we should be able to go in. If we end up running into a player fight, obviously if we can get a drop on a player, or, you know, get a shot or 2 before they're really able to engage us, we have a pretty good chance of dropping them. AP-20s are also going to rip scabs up really nicely. So I really recommend, if you're trying to run a low budget build, ammo is going to be significantly important, but running a gun like a shotgun or a Mosin or really any bolt action is going to be really beneficial for you, because you don't need a rig, you don't need a backpack. You can throw some spare ammo in your container. We could actually go and do like a 10 split here if we wanted to do that, just to make sure we save it. We're not gonna, but this is a good option for you to be able to just go in. I'm again strongly recommending. Could we have done something? These are about 13,000 rubles. Could we have done something to maybe buy some armor? Maybe, maybe not. P.E.K.K.A, I mean, that's a little over half of our money here. A lot of these are going to be a little too expensive for the really strict amount that we gave us, but it is going to be an important conversation here in the future on what we want to be able to do. So please just keep that in mind. But again, I'm a big fan I would rather have ears than armor, in my opinion. I'd rather be able to hear who is going to be coming up near and around me, then maybe take an extra bullet or two, and you can absorb a little bit of hits being naked like this. So with that being said, that is our money spent. We're going to jump in and we're going to run a little customs. I guess I'm going early morning, and we'll see how this goes. We'll see you in the red. All right, so here we go. Customs. We're going to see how our budget loadout and our first trip here does. Hopefully we don't die like immediately. What I'm going to do actually is again, the idea here for me is to help you find some options. Making some money. There's a good chance the far just listening right now. This far back spawn is probably active. At least it's good to assume that until that's not the case. The one thing I think is smart to get into the habit of is if you are struggling on making money, and maybe you haven't really found a good loot run route, or maybe you're just struggling because you don't know the maps really well, don't feel the need to push forward a whole lot, and instead spend some time searching. I will tell you, the hardcore challenge has certainly significantly helped me with this. Of just knowing where spots like this are. I would tell you that it's probably very, very rare if you asked a lot of players, even seasoned experienced players, that they know some of these things are back here. And look at that. We're gonna pull right into a second weapon. No ammo. 3 shots is 3 shots. That's 3 kills if we play it right. So just spend some time searching, some time moving around, checking out different spots. So I am interested in trying to find maybe a little bit more heals. We've got a container full of items at this point. It's not bad. The key mark here is, can we get above basically our 50,000 plus $50 investment? See if we can do that. Can, that'd be great. That is the goal. What I'm gonna do here is just try to see. What's this? Duffel bag. Can I please search that? A lot of action going off here. Let's use this. Would also not be bad if we could run into a scav here. The scav, get some armor. Backpack. Vest. Helmet. Careful here, but there are some meds. We can also check this, definitely feel like these will be better. Let's take the splint. We need that. Let's see if we can find some decent keys or some good items in here. We could honestly just find some straight money too. This is gonna trade better than that. Okay. Scabby, get. I can hear. Nobody's been in here. That weapon box has been searched. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of here. Now, depending on how that player moves, may be able to find ourselves in a position kind of like behind him, which could be the exact opportunity we can run in the shotgun low gear situation. Doing here is just watching for movement. There you go, guy just jumped over that right there. There's a guy in here too. Don't see any scavs there yet. There's a scav right there. Found ourselves in a very interesting situation here. Two players. What looked like either fighting that scav. That sucks. Good shot. I had a feeling that might be the case. I think it was a multi-man team. Either fighting a guy or fighting a scav, or I don't know who they were fighting. No hits, unfortunately. So missed those two shots. And AP-20 slug. Nice shot with the slugs. He must have been up top, maybe? In construction. I should have maybe played that a little bit more patient. I wonder if I could have laid down. That's tough. That's going to be a tough fight regardless. Even if we were well geared there. I would have probably opened with some grenades. And then tried to kill that guy that looked a little bit more geared. We could have also maybe held, pulled back, maybe wrapped around. We had some flank options, I think. But so let's see how we did here. If we just sell this stuff straight up, the NaCl would be the only thing that we would really want to maybe keep. So here's what we're probably gonna do. I'm gonna keep the NaCl. This actually sells pretty well for about double the price. I would say we made our money back. Although $50 is a little expensive, I would say we got to about where we needed to be just by some very simple early loot. Now, obviously, having armor and having a vest and a better gun probably would have helped us. Grenades probably would have helped us. Outside of those couple of things, we did get head tapped with AP-20. Now, we have a helmet on. We might be able to ricochet one of those shots, but it's got good enough pen that it's probably killing us anyways, especially honestly, even if we had a face shield, I think we got head eyes there. So keep that in mind, where this is where something like this can be really beneficial. Now, again, obviously, we push into that situation. We don't have a lot to lose, and you could certainly have played that smarter, pulled back, not engaged at all, moved around, waited for that to clear out. Those were all options as well. But that was a really interesting, because that guy jumps over the wall. There were the two guys that were right there, and it's hard to say where we got killed from. But hopefully this is a good representation of, again, how you can take a very low sum of money and turn it into having some things that you can potentially go make some more money on. So we'll do another run of this, and again, we'll just slowly kind of creep our values of money up until obviously we get to a larger sum of money, and when you can show where you can really start to mod out your gear. And especially, I think it'll be interesting to do this without really using the flea market. That's one thing that I do want to stay away from. And maybe we'll do a couple iterations later on where we do use the flea market to really show you how you can kind of maximize some of your value. So hopefully you like this series. Obviously, we didn't have a successful raid there, but we got in a little bit of action. And, I hopefully think we saw that and showed that you can meet the intent of this idea, which is spending a very low amount of money and giving yourself a chance to get into a raid and be successful. And then obviously make a little bit of cash on that. And I would call this a net zero, though. I think we probably are pretty close to where we would have been, maybe slightly lower, but the knuckle is useful for us in the hideout, so we'll definitely be able to do some things with that. So with that, short episode, short, quick, down and dirty, but hopefully you like it. Drop a comment, let me know down below. Hopefully this is a valuable series for you, especially if you're struggling, or another way to kind of mix your gameplay up. Let's say you're kind of end game ish like I am, and you just have some tasks and some things to do, and you're sick of running the same gear. Give yourself a little bit of constraints and make it interesting, and just give yourself a little bit of challenge. That way you can have some fun with the raids and see what they turn into. But like, comment, subscribe. We do appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you so much. We definitely want to keep doing more of these challenge type series videos just to mix the stuff up, in addition to our hardcore and our escape series, as well as kind of our more informative things that we do on the channel. So hopefully you like this mix of everything, and hopefully this is a unique and interesting take on this for you. Please share with your friends if you've got buddies that you play EFT with and they're looking for some EFT content. We're always looking to continue to grow the channel. And again, we appreciate all that. And if you've been stopping in and you've been here, seriously, thank you so much. We do sincerely appreciate the support. That really is the big thing that helps the channel grow, is just your continued viewership. So thank you so much. And if you're new, welcome. We got plenty of content, so check us out. In addition, we do stream over on Twitch Fridays and Saturdays, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. That link is in the description. We do randomly throughout the week. Probably gonna be doing some more New World throughout the week because it's very chill. So it's easy to kind of boot up a stream. So if you're interested in that, but we play EFT, play Apex, New World, a whole bunch of other games, especially on the weekends. We look forward to joining you, especially if you have Tarkov questions or you want to learn more, or just get to know us a little bit. That's a great place because I'd love to just interact and chat with you as we game. And Sloth and some other folks join us from time to time, and it is an absolute blast. In addition, we have our Discord and our Twitter down below. Discord, great place to stay up to date with the channel. We always post when we're going live. We're trying to make sure we do that for YouTube as well. But with all that said, great place. So if you want to join our community over there, growing, and if you're looking for some folks to play some games with, you can certainly do that. Twitter, we try to post on Twitter. We're pretty bad at it, but sometimes some things key us up, especially EFT news. We try to retweet that stuff out and throw a comment or two. So if you want to stay up to date with that stuff, we are a decent source. Not the best, but we're a decent. With that, we'll close out. Doc, Average Gamer guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next Escape from Tarkov video. Peace.